All right, everyone. So I just finished the David Goggins 4x4x48 challenge, and I think that deserves a subscribe. So you should definitely subscribe to the channel. Also hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel out. And stay tuned for the next challenge. Obviously, you need to subscribe to see what's going to happen in my next challenge that I'm going to be taking on. So that'll happen in 2 weeks. So we'll see what that one is. Maybe at the end of the video, I'll share what I'm going to be doing for my next challenge. So the David Goggins 4x4x48 challenge was definitely a lot of work. So watch the video and see how it all went down. So for my first run of the 4x4x48 challenge, it is definitely raining. So I've chose to go with an old pair of running shoes. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. Because I do have 4 brand new pairs of shoes. I just didn't feel like getting them all wet at the very beginning of the challenge. It is supposed to rain, I think, for the first half of today. So hopefully that subsides relatively soon. Right now it's just sprinkling. It was pouring just a second ago. So we'll see how it goes. I got a minute and a half until 8 o'clock hits, and we'll get this party started. All right, so run number 1 of 12 is completed. Ended up running it a little faster than I probably should have, just under 7-minute pace. Went down the railroad tracks, so I'll go ahead and put up the stats right over here so you guys can check those out. So run number 1 obviously is the easiest one of the day. It was raining the entire time I did it, and for the first time ever on the rail trail, I saw a turtle. But I had to stop and get a video of that because I've never seen a turtle on the rail trail. So that was kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So that was pretty exciting. So number 1 of 12, got to see a turtle. I don't know if that's a sign that I should slow down or something else. So I guess we'll find out as the day progresses. 1 of 12 done. Time to go get some breakfast. I ran that one fasted. So need to get some food in me before we start number 2. All right, so miles 5 through 8 are in the books. Those came in at 6:58 pace. So that's 2 in a row that were right around 7-minute pace. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to keep that up. Most likely not, especially by the time we get to the midnight run or the 4 o'clock in the morning runs. I'm kind of doubting I'll be able to keep those at a 4-minute pace. So we'll see how it goes. We'll kind of play it by ear. Really play it by how I feel. I do want to keep all of the miles under 8-minute pace, but I'm not sure I necessarily want to try to keep them all under 7-minute pace. So, all right, so it is almost 4 o'clock, about 2 minutes before 4 o'clock. So it's time for miles 9 through 12. This one will officially be called Sun's Out, Guns Out, because as you can see behind me, the sun is finally out. It's no longer raining, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. Still feeling pretty good so far. All right, so run number 3 is officially in the books. That puts us at 12 miles, so a quarter of the way to that 48. So as far as that one went, right at 7-minute pace, or 6:59, so just under 28 minutes for that run. So still feeling pretty good. I don't know if I'll be able to maintain that kind of pace, especially through the night and into day number 2. So we'll kind of see how that goes.
She's a sweet girl.
All right, so it is time for run number 4, which means we're going miles 13 to miles 16. And I'm not gonna lie, the hardest part so far is just getting out every 4 hours. Like, the actual running so far hasn't been bad. Obviously, I'm only up to, going on 16 miles. But just the fact getting out every 4 hours, I'm now at a 4 a day. The most I've ever done is 2 workouts in a day. So going to a 4th one for today is kind of crazy. And then to do, another 8 after this, just seems a little crazy. So we're gonna get out there, we're gonna do it. All right, so officially done with run number 4, which means we're 1/3 of the way done with this challenge. So 16 miles completed out of the 48. As expected, that one did take a little bit longer. So my average pace for that one was 7 minutes and I think 10 seconds for the 4 miles. So I'll put it up, the Strava information up here or over the screen or something like that. But anyways, I know in the last video you guys were probably wondering, sun's out, guns out, that whole thing. And yeah, you're probably wondering how a runner like myself has such large guns, or not. Maybe you're not thinking that. But anyways, on to the next one. The next one's at midnight. All right, so run number 5 is in the books. That's 20 miles. Honestly, when I got out there, it ended up being not that bad. So 4 miles, 7:13 pace. So still feeling really good. I'm gonna hit the shower and go straight to bed, maybe get something to eat, like a quick bite to eat and something to drink. But yeah, just going straight to bed because that 4 a.m. is gonna come up really quickly, so. Alright, and we're back from run number 6. So that one was by far the slowest, 7:30 pace per mile. And on a scale of 1 to 10, that run sucked. It just getting up that early in the morning to go for a run, just nothing fun about that. Not that my legs are killing me or anything like that, it's just not fun. So anyways, the next time I run, it'll be daylight, because it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning, and we're halfway there. Yay, confetti. Confetti. Halfway done right now. But anyways, I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm gonna take a shower first, go back to bed, and hopefully wake up a little bit more refreshed than I was on this run. So anyways, we'll see at 8 a.m. So today starts day 2, sort of. I mean, technically I've already run 8 miles today, but I got about 6.5 hours of sleep last night. Definitely not ideal. Got some fresh clothes on. I took a shower a couple times last night actually after both those runs, just because I can't stand not being showered while I'm laying in bed. So anyways, we're about to tackle the second half of this challenge, miles 25 through 28 at 8 a.m. this morning. And feeling all right. Legs are definitely not 100%, but they're not unhealthy either, so let's get after it. All right, so miles 25 through 28 are completed, and as the saying goes, it's all downhill from here. The last run actually felt a whole lot better than I was expecting. So I think that extra sleep, did the trick. So that one ended up being just over 7-minute pace, so like 7:02 or 7:03, and my heart rate stayed pretty low. It does help that the temperature is really nice right now. It's like 55, 56 degrees out right now and sunny, so you really can't ask for much better weather. And I think it's supposed to be, maybe in the mid 60s at the highest today, so almost perfect kind of running weather. So that's awesome. Rain's gone, and looks like today's going to be a good day. So far the legs feel great. All right, everyone, so I really hadn't planned on doing any additional updates until the very last one, and I just finished up my 10th one. It was really exciting. So I'm 10 down, 40 miles down, 8 more to go, and that one was my fastest one yet. I ran it at 6:30 pace for the 4 miles, and it got me thinking that maybe over the course of the full 48 miles, I may be able to actually hit a sub 7-minute pace for the whole thing. So that's kind of my new goal. All right, so I just finished the 4x4x48 challenge. It definitely was, for me, more of a mental challenge than it was a physical challenge. And I think it will depend on who you are, what kind of training you've been doing up to this point, if you decide to take on the challenge, whether it's gonna be more of a mental or physical challenge for you. I've been doing around 60 to 80 miles of running over the last, I don't know, maybe 5 weeks. So for me, the running part, the physical part, my legs, those held up quite well. The mental part was definitely a little bit tougher for me. I think just the fact of running every 4 hours, something I'm definitely not used to, that was a little bit harder than actually just the actual running. So the last 3 or 4 4-milers for me actually were my fastest. I think I went like 6:30 average pace, and then I went actually down to 6:22. And then for the last one, last night at 4 a.m., because I knew it was just the last one, I ended up going 6:39. So my plan was just to try to hit an average of 7-minute pace once I realized that that was possible. So for the total, obviously 48 miles, the average pace ended up being 6:54.5. So I'm pretty excited about that, the fact that I was able to run all 48 miles at a sub 7-minute average. So obviously I didn't actually run every mile at under 7 minutes, because I think my slowest average was 7:26, which was 4 a.m. Saturday morning. And then my fastest one was the one at midnight on, I guess it was technically Sunday morning, when I ran a 6:22 average. So I definitely kind of took it conservatively at the beginning, because I really had no idea. I've never done any kind of challenge like this, and really had no idea how my legs would hold up over the course of 48 miles. So I was pretty happy with the fact that my legs held up. But yeah, mentally it was a tough challenge. Like I said, getting out every 4 hours, that was tough. Also, nutrition was a little bit tough. So I think I took my weight, probably put it in the video earlier. I was 152.2 at the beginning of it. Actually at the end, I was expecting, maybe to lose 2 or 3 pounds, which at one point I had. But then I started eating a lot more towards the end, and maybe that helped me for the energy in those last few. I actually ended up gaining a little bit of weight by the end. It was 152.8 this morning when I weighed myself. So that was a little bit of a shocker. But overall, it was I don't want to say it was a fun challenge. It was not fun. But it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Anyways, I hope this video has been helpful. And for my next challenge, I think I want to try a 100,000 step day.